Hey guys, so I'm going to show you why having Viral Vue is super important to your workflow when it comes to managing messages with sellers on the Creator Connections platform in your Amazon influencer account. So you've basically come to this page where you can find new opportunities depending on how you've selected your filters. And there's an abundance of sellers here who have wonderful products that you'd like to purchase. And generally, what you have to do is you click on view details of the specific product that you're viewing. Say this book bag, for example, My Goo Kids backpack, back to school backpack. And once you're there, you can message the seller. In this case, what I'm trying to show you is with Viral Vue, the extension, which is an web-based software, you'll get this overlay that gives you easy access to the messages, right? Besides the product view, which is this window right here, what happens is that when you actually go to the messages section of your inbox, you'll have a ton of sellers who you'll be corresponding with here. And when you click on that specific seller, after you've sent them your information, they're going to respond. And Viral Vue is actually going to create a list automatically for you of those details for that specific product. And here's where you'll be able to select whether or not you're still, there is a pending reply. That's generally where it's going to start. Whether or not you're negotiating terms with specific said seller, whether you've confirmed that they are going to be selling it, and this will update on the Viral Vue side, whether or not you've already completed the requirements for said specific seller. Okay, and then that'll update on the other end, and we'll show you what that looks like, and whether or not whether or not you've declined the job, so that you can just close out that specific correspondence with that seller, and whether or not you've deleted that deal. Okay, because maybe you don't like the product, doesn't fit, and I've had plenty of those. So you'll see here, for example, that this seller has already shipped the goods and will receive the samples within 3 to 5 days. And then we can check the product page to learn more about selling points so that you can help fans better understand when you're making the video what the information is. And then the product can reach about 5,000 sales per month. So basically, I'm receiving this. I've already confirmed, and I'm going to select here confirmed that I'll be receiving this product. So that's great. So here we are back at the Viral Vue web app, where you're going to scroll down to brand deals, and then you're going to type in the seller's information here. And that's basically going to help you manage that specific campaign and the freebie that you're receiving. So you'll see here there are several details, such as the parent ASIN, the child ASIN that you can use when you're tagging the product in the video upload on YouTube, the date that the product campaign or that the correspondence was created. Of course, here is the actual status. So you have to click on the other window just to update that. That's what you're going to want to do. In this case, I'm just going to update it here because I've already switched windows and I'm screen recording to show you guys. So I'm clicking confirmed. The deal has been updated successfully. Now, when I do receive the product, I'll go ahead and click product received. Once I do the workflow and create the production, I'll go ahead and click on video created. And once the video is published, I'll click on that as well. If there was an additional fee that I charged the seller for the production of the video, I'll include that here, which may or may not include additional promotions on several other social media platforms if that was what was negotiated. And if that was the case also, then I would specify those details here. Like, for example, promotions includes, posts to, group pages on Facebook, 3 posts on Instagram, so forth and so on. So that's what that would look like. And then that's basically it. That's how this would look. So if you go and you click on this link here, it'll probably take you over to the product detail page where you can learn more about the product itself. And that's how you manage messages on creator connections with Viral Vue. So if you don't have Viral Vue, I highly recommend you get it because you can manage a ton of the brand deals that come in there in a bulk manner. You'll see here I've accepted or I've corresponded over 3,590 total deals for a product value of $192,000. And this is the product value that I've received and whether or not I've earned additional fees. Because I'm early in my journey, I have not charged additional fees, unfortunately. But as I progress in this journey and I start to gain better understanding of the market, I can definitely use this to keep track of how much I've earned for said received products and additional promotions. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you haven't used Viral Vue for managing your messages and brand deals with sellers on Amazon, definitely check it out. I'll include some links down below in the description of this video for you. And I hope to see that you guys are using this platform soon so that you guys can get organized like I am.